I wanted to share with you, I had one heck of a nightmare that woke me up this morning. I hardly ever remember my dreams because of verbal cigarettes, and so stop that. And anyway, it scared, I mean, I hardly ever have a dream, and this scared me the most of any nightmare that I can remember. I can't really tell you that much about the dream. I can't remember it. It was just a chop, 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 a whole bunch of different events, and it felt as if they were, uh, dreams we interpret to have meaning. But this felt like it was showing me a, vision or something like that. And, it could have been about what was on my mind before I went to bed, and I was up later than I normally would be, but it was about like God coming on Christmas, or the return of Jesus or whatever, and I just I woke up and I felt so scared that I had to like accept Jesus Christ as my Savior at that moment. And actually, as far as what I think in the when I'm awake, is that I don't really trust the religions because King James was a Freemason, and all of it seems to be derivative of the Sumerian Eridu origin story that has Adamu instead of Adam, and on and on and on with all that. You can look into that, but man, that was scary. So it is certainly strange that Pepsi has the Black Knight television commercial. Have you seen it where it says, "This is not science fiction"? Which I would be interested to see, what does that mean? Are they just saying that there is this myth from the Sumerians that they are discussing? They're looking for this sign with a computer and a satellite, and it shows this alien Black Knight satellite around the Earth, and it says, if you want to, it seems to be heavily alluding to the Anunnaki, the girl's name that calls a guy. It shows her name on the phone, and it's Anna, like Anunnaki. I don't know. But they say to show the aliens that you want them to come, and to do it by the next full moon. And the next full moon from now, I don't know when that commercial came out, but it is Christmas Day, Christmas 25th. So that would be trippy, right? And it and just I just want to say, it's easy to poke fun. Okay, you had a dream, quit making a big deal out of it. But I think people that don't entertain far out topics are kind of unfair, because if it's easy for people to say, oh yeah, religion, that's a bunch of bull jive. Well, what a big deal that is, right? So that even somebody like me that is far, you know, gone beyond what I was indoctrinated with as a child, it is indoctrination, and there's indoctrination from school and all kinds of places. So, you know, there's so many stressful changing events in world politics today, World War III type of stuff. And terrorism is funny because people think of terrorism as these people sneaking around and they're going to shoot somebody, but terrorism is scaring the crap out of people and getting them to do things. So last time I checked, that's like the #1 way that the world works. You got to buy now. Your fear of loss. So yeah, that just brings up a whole lot of topics. Just wanted to report that. And maybe we should redefine terrorism and because they're, and it's like, oh, if somebody is scared to death, you'd say they have a mental illness. I guess we can have a clear line of mental illness to say, well, if they can't take care of their business, then it's an issue. But if we're talking about mental illness means believing things that are not true, like a hallucination or a delusion, man, that's just normal. So the people think they're protected because, oh, it's on the news, the San Bernardino shootings, or, oh, a whole bunch of people think this idea. So it's just interesting that it's not just in a dream that you go, oh, that wasn't real, but in real life, in terms of looking into all this far out stuff, it is trippy to think that so many things, the moon landing, the earth could be flat, and all this stuff, and that, that understandably irritates people when they hear, what are you talking about? So as somebody that is on the fringe of society by being a nonconformist, I want the normal people to know that, that all that eventually it reaches a point where it bugs me too, about how do you know to pay attention to something or to not. Um, anyway, just interesting topics, and I think it's interesting with we have a lot of negatives of social media to be able to that it dominates our lives, that it's a new kind of addiction. But at the same time, I'm really excited about how we are helping each other by learning from each other's points of view, and that we have to synthesize a new understanding because there's so much change, there's so much integration of cultures from the internet that we have to act like a buffer to regulate that change. I'm going to be writing a blog, a video blog, or whatever later, talking about Jaffe Ryder and how making progress in helping. I'm a fan of podcasts and far out video documentaries on YouTube, that type of thing. And I wanted to figure out how I could be more active in that. And it's like, well, these people already have these shows, and I'll probably have a show, but I'm more interested in the alternative media itself. How can we help each other as a network? So I've been having some progress from meeting with Jaffe, and I'll do a blog about that later, and you'll find out about his show. And ultimately, whomever you are as a viewer, we need to be thinking, what does the average viewer with a smartphone or at the house need in this new kind of media that we're more in control of? Think about that. Thank you.